Bet you didn't know there's a place where Kentucky football and basketball fans unite. Welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. Whether you bleed blue or just love a good game, we've got the latest stories, hottest takes, and a whole lot of hometown pride. Hit play and join the conversation. This is your home for all things Kentucky sports.
Hello, everybody. We wanted to take a break in this episode to tell you about our friends over at W Energy. W is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like any other energy drink. Some facts about W. Number one, it's zero sugar, artificial colors, or dyes, or hidden ingredients. It is also gluten-free. Number two, all flavors are unique and custom made by W. You'll never taste anything like a W drink. Number three, the drinks are $1 or less, guys. That is cheaper than Starbucks or any canned drink. Lastly, it is made in the U.S. It is close to home. Guys, if you guys are looking forward to going to a Kentucky football game or Kentucky basketball game and you need some energy, get W. W is the perfect thing for you working out and you need some energy. You need W. You need W throughout the day. It is for you. Use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off every single order. Guys, it not only just helps you guys be able to have a clean energy drink that you can use all the time with the tubs that they give you. It helps me and it helps the channel keep growing with you guys. If you guys do that, it helps us post more content and helps them, guys. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. But thank you guys so much for your time here. Please go check out W. Check out their website. And when you are about to purchase something, use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off your order. All right, welcome in everybody to the Big Blue Breakdown. This is episode 36 here on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and comment, and make sure to follow us on social media at TikTok, X, and Instagram, and obviously here on YouTube. And today, guys, we have a very, very special guest, Jay Hayes, host of the Religiously Kentucky Sports Podcast. You just go ahead and tell them about what you do and where they can find you.
First of all, you got the wild child of BBN in here, so prepare to laugh at some of my takes. But yeah, you can find a Religiously Kentucky Sports Podcast on all social medias, on all podcast platforms: iHeart, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, you name it, we are there.
Yes, sir. I will link everything in the description of this video so you can go find him and follow him. He does amazing work. Has amazing guests on there. I seen you had I'm trying to think here. It was two of the Field of 68 guys. Those are some really interesting episodes.
Jeff Goodman.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, is hated by BBN, but man, great guy. Great guy.
Yes. So in this episode, we're gonna be covering a lot of Kentucky football. We're gonna talk about the overall feel of this roster in 2025. Maybe a breakout player, maybe some predictions there and why. We're also going to be talking about could this defense be a top 25 defense in the country, like some of the Brad White defenses that we've had, and then some O-line, like are they improved? Like what's our take there? And then if I could get a record prediction out of you and one bold take for the 2025 season. We'll go ahead and start with how do you feel about this 2025 roster just heading into the season?
I'm optimistic. Of course, I always am, but it was a total flip and a complete overhaul of the team, which needed to be. I mean, I don't know if it was players checked out or just they underperformed. So it was needed to happen. So I'm excited about it. I mean, we're coming into a season where it's players have put their heads down. You're not, it's no noise talk and it's business. Mark Stoops is motivated, whatever that means. I don't know why he wasn't last year or the year before, but we'll take it, right? We like that. So I feel good about it. I try not to get on the doom and gloom of, people saying, oh, it's 3, 4 wins. I try not to ride that. I try to see the positive of like I said, the players keeping their heads down, the coaches answering questions to the media, and just being upfront with fans. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Um, I did an episode where I talked about like how tough this schedule is, and like
Very.
really tough. Like we have a stretch where we go to South Carolina, to Georgia. We get Texas at home, who is the favorite to win it all this year, and then we got
Mhm.
which historically we've been terrible against Tennessee. I don't think they're as good as the coach's poll says, top 25. I don't know about that one, but we've been historically bad against them just in general, and we still got teams that are really good like Auburn. To me, I think you get us back to a bowl game. I like that. I don't know what are your thoughts on that right there? Like, what are you thinking?
I like it. I mean,
Yeah,
we need to get back to a bowl game, and it's better than 4-8, right? So we need to get back to winning. We've saw Stoops do it, but I think you need to do a little more. I mean, so bowl is 6 games. I think we win 7 or 8. I mean, coming off of that last year, I'm thinking 7 or 8.
yeah,
We need to get to now. Getting back to a bowl game, 6-6 season, we'll take it.
yeah.
That's a step forward.
Yes, I totally agree. And to me, I think if you can get to a bowl game this year, I think our young core is really, really good. I think
Yeah,
we've seen some really, really good signs of Cutter Boley. I exclude the Louisville game. The Texas game,
yeah,
he looked absolutely tremendous, in
right,
my
right.
opinion.
Yeah, he did.
Um, I think we have a pretty good recruiting class coming in. Um, and I like Jamarian Wilcox moving forward. I like Jason Patterson moving forward. Um, but our schedule is going to be different next year. It's not going to be the same like it is 2 years in a row. I'm kind of curious to see who we draw and if it can be favorable for us next year and what that looks like. Like, do we take the next step? Like, let's say we go 6-6 this year. Do we end up, getting 8 wins next year, something like that? I think that's something really, really important to look at. But we can move on, and I want you to give me your maybe it's not your favorite player, but it's a possible breakout player in your opinion in 2025, and give me a reason why this would be a breakout player.
I would say Hardly Gilmore for me. A fan of him. I could see that with everything that's going on with him. I mean, coming in high touted recruit, and then he leaves with the wide receivers coach and Dane Key, and then whatever happened there in house. It wasn't outside, no trouble, but whatever happened there in house, unsaid. Well, he chooses to come back to Kentucky. We have a new wide receivers coach who is doing great, by the
Yeah,
way, like you
yeah,
mentioned, recruiting. But I think he's the guy. I think he's special player. I think he's Sunday special, if you
yeah,
will.
yeah. I really like that. I think mine. And I did a video and a live on this last night. I think it's going to be Seth McGowan. I've heard some like really, really
Oh
good
yeah,
things about this guy,
yeah,
and apparently he's a like physically he's a lot bigger than a lot of people thought. Six
yeah,
one in the backfield is a lot bigger than most running backs.
yep,
Um, and the one thing that he brings to the table that we don't have in the backfield or we haven't had in the backfield is he can catch out of the backfield.
yeah. He
He can
does a
be
lot of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
he can be a receiving threat. You can put him, I think, at the wide receiver position if we needed him to.
yeah,
Um, I think we did that with who was it? Simidu Mokornbe. Did we put him
yeah.
at the wide receiver? Yeah, I think we could see that happening. Um, I love our running back room. I think we're
Yes,
really deep. I think
yep,
that's the strength of our offense, honestly.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I would go Seth McGowan. I've heard a lot of good things. I think we only will get 1 year out of him
yeah,
because he started his career at Oklahoma, got in some trouble, and then I think he was off of football for a year or two, and then went to New Mexico
yeah.
State. But those are two
I
breakout
like the pick.
players. Yeah,
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 I love the pick. I'm big on Jason Patterson
yes,
as well, and Wilcox. But
yeah,
I'm with you. I think the running back room is beast mode.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
If Patterson or Wilcox is our number 4 guy, that means we're really, really deep,
yeah.
really deep.
They're both explosive players. Dowdle and McGowan. They're beast.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm excited about the run room.
yeah. Um, so let's go to the flip side. Let's go to our defense
Yeah,
and what has really been our calling card for forever. I mean, that's what Stoops is known for is his defense, and that Brad White. I think he's a top coordinator in the SEC, and um, we didn't really have. I think towards the end of the year we fell off on the defensive side. There was a lot of injuries last year, and it felt like some of the guys. I don't want to say gave up, but it seemed like that sort of towards the end. Um, we were not great in the run game at the end of the year last year at stopping the
yeah,
run. Do you think Kentucky can get back to a top 25 defense in the country?
absolutely. You said it. 2 words, Brad White. Uh, Absolutely. And last year, I think it was. I mean, I say checking out, but I think it was like the injuries
Yeah,
and everything. But when your defense stays on the field all year, you, you're going to have that. And I'm hoping
yeah,
that's not the case this year. There's some question marks on the offense, O line and quarterback play, but I think we do get back to seeing that beast defense, and I think they're one of the best. I mean, we were one of the best in the first half of the season last year in run defense.
yeah,
So I think we get back to that. And you heard Brad White say in media days that a lot of players are going to be playing, so that helps.
yeah,
Staying healthy. So I think they do.
yeah.
I'm
Um,
excited about the secondary as well, man. Secondary is
yes,
experienced, and I mean, like I'm I'm excited.
yeah, I am too. I am too.
Yeah,
I think a two very underrated just players in the SEC to watch out for next year is going to be David Gusta
yeah,
and why am I Cy Hayes? I think he's going to be big. He
yeah.
he
But
tore his
healthy.
ACL. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's healthy. And then McQueese Humphrey Grace, I think is
yeah,
going to be really really good.
yeah.
You got guys also like Sam Green and Cam Olds on the edge.
You are the first person on a podcast I heard mention Sam Green, and wow, yeah, he's not my breakout player on defense, but he's one of the players that I am looking forward to seeing play. Yeah,
Yes, he had like a pretty daggone good freshman year at USC last year.
yeah,
He
yeah,
looks like huge, like
yeah.
physically.
He's a monster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Him and Cam Olds, I think, are going to create some havoc on the edges, and that's something that we haven't had really since Josh Allen.
yeah, yeah.
I believe that, but we say that, and I think the strength of our defense is going to be the secondary. We have long, lengthy guys like Brad White likes, DJ Waller. Um, why am I blank? Lovett,
Yeah, yeah,
Ty
Jordan Lovett.
Bryant, yeah,
Yeah,
and why am I blanking on the other corner's name?
I do that as well
Yeah,
on on names.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
the secondary question mark would be safety.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
we've struggled, but the secondary is going to be beast. I mean, anytime you're experienced in the SEC, it bodes well for you.
yeah,
So even some of the young guys they're talking about that can step in there and do things. So I mean, we're going to find out. I think it's a lot better than the doom and gloom that a big percent of BBN is out there saying. On social
yeah.
media. I'm looking forward to this year.
Me too. The other corner was Hardaway. That's
Yeah, JQ Hardaway.
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that.
I
What are your?
I forget names all the time. I'm like, yeah, who is? Oh yeah, JQ. Yeah,
I seen his face and I seen his jersey number. I just couldn't think of his name.
yeah. See
Um,
me, I'm the opposite. I just can't think of a name. Like I see no face, no number, or nothing. I'm just forgetful like that. Yeah.
what would be your thoughts? And I could see. I don't. This one hasn't really been a talking point, and this has been a really. Brad White has had some really really good linebackers. Um, who do you think steps up there? Because there hasn't really been a lot of talk at linebacker. Who do you think steps up there?
Ah, it's hard to say. It really is. I'm excited. Like my breakout player on defense would be Souls Jr. Steven Souls Jr.
I like that a
I
lot.
believe.
I like
But
that a lot.
yeah. Uh, but you got Alex Safari. I mean,
Yeah.
the more names that pop up, the more excited I get about this. I mean, a lot now that's on paper, and
Yeah.
we've seen
Yeah.
some film here and there on players do whatever. They still have to go out there in an SEC tough SEC schedule and get it done. But when these names pop up, it's like, man, I don't know how you cannot be excited about this coming season.
Yeah. Um, a a strategy I think the coaching staff has taken, especially on defense, is we're gonna beat you with numbers.
Yeah,
Like we're gonna be deeper than you. We may not be as good as you, like one guy to two guy, but deep. Like we're gonna be able to um, sub
stay
guys in and
fresh.
out. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. Um, let's move on back to this flip side of the ball here. O line. Um, do you think we improve from last year? And like, what are just your thoughts on them in general?
I think Stoops did a tremendous job in the offseason going out and getting guys. You want to believe that it is an improvement
Yeah,
from last year, because that was hard to watch. But I think they did. Now, like I said, you still have to go out there and do it with a tough SEC schedule. But
yeah,
I like the direction. I like what I'm hearing about these guys. Uh, Pete, everybody seems to be a fan favorite, big, huge. I mean, so you're
yeah,
getting back to hopefully saying Big Blue Wall, which
yep,
Kentucky is known for. So I'm excited. I think Stoops did a hell of a job on the O line, but it brings me back to saying they still have to go out there and do it. And
yep,
it is a question mark until you get into play and see if these guys can hang in there.
yeah. I think our starting rotation is really solid. Just
Yeah.
looking at it, guy by guy. The one question mark for me is, well, I don't want to say a question mark. I want to say my thoughts on it. Um, if I were to put out the offensive line right now, I would have Evan Wibberly playing center. But that would be just my because we've already heard that there's been some snap issues
Yeah.
in fall camp, but I thought he was really good and I like Jagger Burton. I think he has the potential. He was a really, really big recruit that we got.
Yeah.
I just I personally would go with Evan Wimberly maybe to start the year and we'll see how that goes. But if you were to just looking at the offense, what is the one question mark you think? Just looking at it, like question mark, like I don't know about this unit right here or guy.
Yeah, to me, it's the O line
Yeah,
from the disaster from last year. I
yeah,
mean, and then you get guys from other conferences. Can they play in the SEC? I mean, that's a question mark.
yeah,
And it all runs downhill to okay if they can move the ball and stuff, then the defense, of course, is going to be a lot better than the fold of the second half of the season last year. So I think that's the biggest question mark for me. I came into it like looking like the wide receiver room was an upgrade to me. Even though we
yeah,
lost Berrien Brown and Dan Key, I thought it was an upgrade.
yep,
You know, the running back room upgrade.
yep,
I mean, uh, you go get guys for the offensive line. That would be the question mark. Now you got a quarterback that's 6 years experience. And a guy that we saw. You said in the Texas game last year, get it done. He's still not experienced in the SEC play.
yeah, yeah,
The quarterback that we have. So, can they protect him? And I feel like the wide receiver room is going to make this guy look great uh, as long as he's protected. So,
yes.
to me, it would be the offensive line is the question mark.
Yes. I what you mentioned about wide receiver, I completely agree. I think our depth is better than ever right now at the wide in the wide
Oh
receiver
yeah,
room. I think a guy to
yeah,
watch out for, and I didn't mention his name, Fred Farrier. I really like Fred a lot.
yeah.
Um, he didn't
He
he didn't
could
get
be
a
that
lot of
breakout player.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't get a lot of touches last year, but I like what I saw from him. And apparently he's been really, really consistent. And that's what we need. Like we may
yeah,
not rely just on one or two guys. It's going to be three or four. And I think that's better than one or two guys because they have to key in on everybody.
yeah. And you
Eh,
start seeing those names, Jamari Macklin,
Yeah.
Kendrick Law. That brings that excitement. Jamari Macklin, he didn't get many touches, but we
No.
know that he's a dog. We
Yeah.
know that he's certified,
Yeah.
so it's looking good as long it all goes back to the O-line. Can the O-line protect the quarterback?
Yep.
So we'll see. I mean, I think Stoops did a great job there. So
I completely agree. And we got some guys in the tight end room as well with Willie Rodriguez. I like him a lot. Um,
yeah, we had him on the podcast. Man, he is a great guy, and I think he's special too. I was surprised. I'm sure you saw on Fan Day him. I was
that
surprised,
cat.
not surprised that he went up and caught it, but I was surprised to see him downfield. I was like, "Holy, are we using tight ends now?" So that was fun to see for Fan Day. And
Yes.
so you know, yeah,
Even Henry Boyer caught a pass,
yeah,
and he's supposed to be
yeah,
just
yeah,
almost like an extra offensive lineman. Like
yeah,
that's the way they were bringing him to use. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think having Bush back for a second year straight and some continuity on for the OC is big. And you
yep,
got Eric Wolford and Bush now able to work together for
yep.
2 years now. I think Bush has his guys ready to play in his system now. Um,
Yeah,
so
continuity is the name of the game. So
yes, yeah, yeah. Um, takes me to if you were to give right now a record prediction, what would that be? And to add on that, what would be one bold take for the 2025 season?
12-0. Uh, I told you I was excited. No, seriously, I think this team is capable of a 7-5
Yeah,
and going to that bowl game. And I would like to even stretch it out. I think they're with the bold take. I would say 8-4, possibly 9-3, with Kentucky beating South Carolina on the road, Tennessee at home, and beating Florida. And I don't have to tell you that they're going to beat Louisville because they are going to beat Louisville. So that's 4 games that people are, marking L's on their schedules. And I think this team is better than a lot of people are taking them for.
yeah,
Now, that's with a grain of salt. That's on paper and that's the motivation talk and that's players' heads down. They still got to go out there and do it, of course. But I think this team is a lot better than people give them credit for. And we're going to see. I mean, hopefully they can get it done. But yeah, my bold take would be beating South Carolina at home, beating Tennessee on the road, beating Tennessee at home, and beating Louisville and beating Florida. Now, Ole Miss is having issues. Florida is having issues.
yeah,
We're hearing those things. I think those games are winnable.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think people look at just at last year's record and they don't look at the offseason that we had.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
I mean, we brought in a top 10 portal class for a reason. Like,
yeah.
and I don't get it. But
The
I,
people saying losing to Louisville. I understand Louisville's gotten better
yeah,
since Brom. I understand, but so has Kentucky this year. Maybe not last year,
yeah,
but I mean, people forget that Kentucky with a okay team beat a Heisman Trophy winner on their field.
yeah,
I mean, and now you're telling me that we can't like
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah.
You know?
I think if we were in the ACC, we would be a top five team in the ACC.
Oh, for sure.
Not even close.
I'll make it even bolder. We might be a top 5 in the SEC this year.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think some teams that people just absolutely love that I don't. I think Florida has a down year.
Yeah.
Like I don't wish an injury upon anyone, but they're saying like DJ Lagway is he's not progressing that
Yep.
well with his injury. And I think he's really, really good. Like in the future, he's going to be a beast.
Yeah.
But injuries kill. Injuries, like just, they have a absolute gauntlet of a schedule as well. Um, and I'm
Yeah.
not high on,
Everybody in the
yeah,
SEC does.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody's like, oh, Kentucky's schedule is so tough. Like everyone's schedule is tough. Everyone's playing in SEC once we,
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Except for maybe Missouri. I know they still play. I mean,
yeah.
I would love to have their schedule.
Right.
I would love to have their schedule.
Yeah.
But They just look at that 4-8 last year. We should have beat Georgia on that pick from Zion
Yeah.
Childress. My personal opinion.
Yeah. We've
Um,
been close. We've been close to
yeah,
beating Georgia the last several years. I mean,
yes,
I
yes,
mean, like I would love if I would feel better about beating Georgia if it was at Kroger Field.
right,
Man,
yeah,
going on the road, everyone knows that. Even going to South Carolina, that's going to be a feat in itself at South Carolina. I think Kentucky can do it, though. I mean,
yeah,
he's owned Mark Stoops the last couple of years, so we need to get that win. But I think this team does it.
yeah. I completely agree. Um, Sorry, my camera just went out. It sometimes flickers like this. But moving on to well, I don't want to move on here. I wanted to say they don't. So I want to talk about South Carolina. They don't look out at this stat that I brought up in a episode that I did. I was talking about how bad our O line was last year, and I was looking at the number of sacks allowed against you. South Carolina was below us last year. And if they're to
Yeah,
me, if they're not able to protect Lenoris consistently, he does have tremendous legs. He can get outside the pocket. Um, I like what our edge guys can do in this game, hopefully. And I don't think the people look at that like with them. They see they won their last 6 games, and that's what it is. That means they're going to do amazing this year. I don't get that. I think you should be judged
yeah,
differently going into the next year on what you've brought in, and I guess a little bit of like what you did last year, but what you're bringing back and all that. And I'm not as high on
yeah,
Vandy as people are. I don't get the they bring
yeah.
a lot of I don't think they can repeat the success that they had last year. That's my take right there.
Yeah, they
Um,
they they buy into the Diego, they buy into the Diego Pavia hype. So, yeah,
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah,
I feel like the season's been with the players' heads down. I feel like it's don't talk about it, be about it.
yeah. I love that. Um, do you have anything else? I think that you like to say
No, my prediction really, I think I am going to go 8-4. I think
8-4. Okay.
I think this team is capable of 8-4. I think it's going to be a good season.
Yeah.
Vince Vince Morrow left. Recruiting got great. Uh, for some reason.
Yeah.
But we had some young new coaches step up and get some recruits like the wide receivers coach, uh,
Yeah.
Washington. But I'm excited, man, for the future. And now, if we can get the money thing situated, and build a football program, uh, I'm all on board. Regardless, if it's 2-10, I'm still on board because I'm a
Yep.
Kentucky fan. But I think this team is going to be a lot better than people give them.
Yeah. And I think even if that doesn't translate to wins, we're going to be competitive with
Yeah,
every team that we
yeah,
play. We're going to
yeah,
be really,
yeah.
really
You
competitive.
you don't want to see the letdown we had last year. If you can improve there, I think people will be okay with that.
Yep. I think if I will do a game by game prediction, if I were to just give you one right now,
Yeah,
I do think 8-4 is very realistic. I
yeah,
also think 5-7 ends up being very realistic for us. I want to kind of meet somewhere in the middle, like 6-6, 7-5.
yeah,
I could see us obviously being Vandy. Um, Ole Miss. I love that game early like that with
yeah,
Simmons.
yeah,
Florida later in the year, Auburn later in the year.
yeah,
Kind of depends on where they're at, um, and how Jackson Arnold is progressing. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that would really be my prediction right about now.
yeah. And I look at who the opposing team played the week before,
Yeah,
and take all that in with that. I think our bye weeks come at great times for our schedule. So 8-4, I think is people are like be realistic. I think 8-4 is being realistic with this team. Now, do they drop one? Injuries could happen. You never know. It's part of it. So 7-5, 8-4, and I'll push just for podcast reasons 9-3 because we are Big Blue Nation. But I like 7-5, 8-4.
Yeah. One question before we hop off here. If we get to that 9-3, are we in the playoffs?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Being Kentucky, probably not
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they have. I think you have to do better than that, but it's a possibility. Depending
Yeah.
on who loses and who we beat. Um, yeah, I think it's a possibility, but like it's Kentucky. Yeah, well, I mean, but then again, Big Blue Nation goes. Blue gets in,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that could factor in. But it's a possibility that I would love to see happen because
Yeah.
you will see me on social media like, told you so.
I think I would love to be just in the talk of
Yeah.
that. I think that would be
Yeah.
really like just to hear that and like that's a realistic thing if we're in the talk. That's pretty
Yeah.
daggone awesome. And then
Yeah.
that means that honestly sets a new standard for Stoops. Like we know what you can do. We know that you can get there. Can you get us there consistently?
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to hear Stoops say, I'm taking back my 10 wins.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that is all for episode 36 here. Thank you so much for joining and taking time out of your day to be on here.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me, Jackson, man. Look forward to this season, man, and love the pod. And uh, yeah, man, let's go.
Yes, sir. I'll link everything um, from you have Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I will link all of that. Go check out his work. He does great stuff. And thank you guys so much for joining. And as always, go Cats.
Go Cats.